Hey, what's going on, guys? Apollo back again for another video. If you guys are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. This is just an update, just a quick one in regards to where Arsenal are right now. Tonight, we have a 9 o'clock show, and we're going to be talking about the Liverpool game, and we're going to also discuss how Arsenal have got on in the transfer market so far. We're going to grade all of the players. So me and the panel, if you can join us tonight at 9, that would be absolutely amazing. That would be great. Moving on, the main talk is about Houssem Aouar, and Aouar is Arsenal's prime target. We understand where things have been with Partey at the moment, and things are just not moving forward there. And I've reported that literally every day that I've talked to you guys. None of my sources are saying that anything is making progress. Reports out of Spain are saying there's no progress being made. And the Atletico president as well is saying Arsenal haven't even been at the races. They've not even talked to us in the last 10 days. So I don't know what's really going on there. And I think this could be really disillusioning for the player. If you're Thomas Partey right now, you must be thinking, remember, players need to be wanted. Players want to be loved. And there's still a lot of social media on Thomas Partey, of course. The Arsenal fans always ramping up the excitement and ramping up the come to Arsenal, we need you, we love you, and all this stuff. But he hasn't really heard anything. There's no personal terms there or anything agreed. There was some communications via the agents, but that was 3 weeks ago. We're in a different place right now where all efforts seem to be going to Lyon. And the Lyon president has been very vocal on Twitter, and most of that has just been really to wind up the situation and try and pressure Arsenal into bringing in more money for the deal. And look, this deal's going to happen, guys. I did say a few days this deal was 70% away from happening. Today, I would say it's about 80% there. Lyon and Arsenal now heavily in negotiations to find a medium ground. And even if they don't, Arsenal can still do the deal because it's over. Lyon has said, look, you can pay over a few years. It doesn't really bother us. And that is good financial cash flow for them in this crisis right now. Arsenal don't really have to worry about too much. If the fans can come back into the stadium next season, then that would be a real benefit to Arsenal and the way how their cash flow is going. Not really much of an issue at the moment because you can do those deals over 3 years. The Thomas Partey deal is an issue because they want all that money up front. And in this climate right now with COVID, it's just unworkable. To stand there and tell somebody, we want 50 million euros right now for this player, no one can really do that. You know, outside of one or two, maybe three clubs in Europe. No one can really do that. And I think that the realism for Arsenal, as I said to you guys a week ago, they just look, this is the player we have to focus on. This is the player we got to put all of our efforts in. And this is the player that wants to come to Arsenal. And Aouar has signed personal deals, which, although the media was talking about you guys yesterday, everywhere was splashing, yes, Aouar settled personal terms. I already reported this 5 days ago, last Monday. Yeah, so my sources were pretty much key on that. They were up to date and they were on point of what was going on with Aouar. And at the moment, I'm hearing that things are really, I mean, the player now and the agent has made it clear that Arsenal's their destination. When he got red carded for Lyon last week, a lot of people were saying that's the last game that he's ever played for them. And it seems to be consistent with what we're seeing with these negotiations. The Jorginho link for Arsenal, I did report 2 days ago, which was kind of a red herring, a little bit of mind games, with which is what the Lyon president is doing. Arsenal creating these little mind games to kind of help to push the deal through. Because if the president thinks Arsenal are not going to get Aouar and then they're going to get Jorginho, then he's going to come to the table. And that's exactly what's happened. Yeah. Although Chelsea did not start Jorginho over the weekend, so there's a little bit of, hey, what's going on there? There's a little bit of that going on at the moment. But I wouldn't at this point, and again, I can only tell you what my sources tell me. If anything changes, then it will just be a surprise to anybody, because Chelsea paid a lot of money for Jorginho and he doesn't seem like the type of player that they would let go. He's won a lot of big games for them, but they have so much players right now. And Frank Lampard yesterday, you got to face it up as it is, man. Still struggle. They were 3-0 down and they still struggled to come back. And realistically, we were watching a game me and the 101 panel, we were watching the game and inside of our messaging feed, talking about, you know, Chelsea, there's no way they could come back. And just like the Man United game where they're just these silly handballs and they're just throwing penalties out everywhere and they're just the comeback kings of Europe. I mean, honestly, United and Chelsea should have got buried this weekend. Both of them should have lost. And if you see how, but that tells you guys how tough this league is. Everybody was moaning about the West Ham game. We won. We won. We didn't play well. We won the game. And this is what I say to Arsenal fans. Your expectations are way out. Pamper your expectations, guys. And understand that this is the Premiership. You walk home with your tail between your legs. If you're not prepared and you come in and big up your chest, Man United, we finished third. We're the main guys. Cass came on my show, the Premiership show last Friday, and he said, look, we're unprepared. The preseason, we didn't have one. We're not ready. Yeah, we're not prepared. We're not 100%. Chelsea, come in there, and yeah, we spent 200 million, boys. We spent more money than anybody ever spent. And what happened? Boom. You get blown out by Liverpool and you get walked off the park yesterday. And you're lucky to even get in there. Tammy Abrahams, I don't even know when he scored. What was it, 97th minute or something crazy like that? Last kick of the game. It's insane that these things are happening. So when you look at Arsenal, the difference between Man United and Chelsea and Arsenal, and you guys know I've been saying this for weeks, and I've been saying it on the show as well, on the Premier League Forum show on a Friday night at 10 o'clock, that the difference is that I don't think that Man United and Chelsea's managers are good enough. That's just my opinion. I don't think they're good. And I think Arteta are good. I don't think the Arsenal team is anywhere near as talented as those other teams. Maybe not so much Man United, but definitely Chelsea. But the difference is Arsenal's managers got them playing. And over a time, that becomes easier. The philosophy, the understanding, the tactics, all of that becomes easier because you're playing progressive football. You're not reacting to situations. You're not having these little breaks where Arteta's talking about the system and refining, and this is what you got to do, and this is when to press, and these are my signals, and at this minute we're going to do this, and if that doesn't work and it's still 0-0, then we're going to move to this tempo. You don't have to do that if the team is playing together for such a long time. They automatically know. That's what makes these teams like Wolves, Leicester, Burnley, yeah? That's what makes these teams good. Brighton. It makes them good because they're, as a collective, they understand the system. They're well balanced in the philosophies of their managers. Arsenal has not. Because I said Arteta's been here for 6 months. This is a work in progress. This is something that we need to give time to fruition. We have to give them time to fix it. And once the longer this goes on, the better Arsenal will become, just from a standpoint of understanding what to do. Yeah? Last week, Arteta said, we had the best practice that we ever had. And then they came out and laid an egg against West Ham, but they still won the game. So Liverpool is we're gonna have a look at that tonight in the preview and then see where that is. I'm not gonna tell you my prediction until tonight's show. That's when I'll give you my prediction. I've kind of had it in my head where I think this team's gonna be right now, but it really is about how Arteta comes out to play. We haven't been in attack mode for a couple of games now. Yeah, not against Leicester in the Carabao Cup, not against West Ham. Slightly in Fulham we did. Yeah, you know, we really pressed them through, and it depends again whether the likes of El Nene and Nketiah, whether they're going to be a part of it, because El Nene in the Community Shield was just, and the same with Nketiah, man, just block out their pivot man in Fabinho, and we need to have tactics like that. If you don't put those guys in, and then we're not carrying the same level as intensity, we're not attacking Liverpool, we're not putting them under pressure on the back end, then we're going to struggle. There's no doubt about it, yeah? And we haven't seen that Arsenal turn up for a few games now, and this is why people have looked at the results, have looked at performance and said, no, we're going to lose, we're going to get blown out. Guys, it's all about tactics. That's all I'm going to say. I'll see you guys later on tonight, though. Speak to you later, man. Peace out. Right back at you. Nice one.